Robbie had said, must have been a couple months ago, he was offering to ask if I could speak. Just to get, the group doesn't know me, as you had said. I'm the preacher here at the East End Church of Christ in Toronto. We're a group, we're not a large group compared to some churches. We're a group of about 45 on Sundays if we are allowed to meet all together. With COVID-19, we've had to meet in much smaller groups, but together we're about 45. I've been preaching here now for almost 7 years. But my dad, when he was alive and preaching, had actually come to India to preach for a time. He was not in India then in the late 90s to in India. And so I do thank there that the temperature here and the temperature where you guys are is vastly different. It is -10 outside. When he was alive and preaching, had actually come to India to preach for a time. He was not in India full time. But he did come in the mid 70s and in the late 90s to in India. And so I do thank you for, even though I'm not there, I get to sort of continue the tradition. I was telling Elisha there that the temperature here and the temperature where you guys, like as far as I think the low 20s, like 70 degrees, and the Indian brethren were putting on coats. And he was quite enjoying it because it had been so hot when he was there. But the way I present lessons, it depends. I don't know how you guys usually do the study. Elisha, do you usually? And my dad said when he was in India, I think he said that one day it got into the low 20s, like 70 degrees, and the Indian brethren were putting on coats. Eli, go ahead, Robbie.
Brother Elisha garu. Elisha garu, cheppandi. Sorry. Actually, we have many people, brother, but today we have only myself and even Brother Elisha
themselves.
From Andaman and Nicobar, and
Okay.
Brother Elisha's family is there.
Okay.
Very few, and even all these people, they know good English.
Okay.
And how we go is because those people, they take my help as translation. We go word by word.
Elisha, how
actually?
Go ahead, Robbie.
Brother Elisha garu. Elisha garu, cheppandi. Sorry. Actually, we have many people, brother, but today we have only.
We'll get wrote in Ephesians chapter 3 that he wrote in order that the Ephesians would understand his knowledge in the gospel. And so that's my hope today, is that the people who are listening can understand what the Bible is teaching. And it's going to be a lot from the scriptures. I teach a lot from the Bible itself. I'm not one usually to tell lots of stories or other things. I typically go fast. Over here in Canada, when people know the English, we can speak so fast. Just like when I listen to you speak in Telugu, I'm like, wow, you speak. It's because you know the language. And so Elijah should have sent out my notes. If you didn't get them, you can email him. Or text him or something, and he can provide you with the notes for today's. So I have to remember, if there is any time I'm speaking too fast or you get on your computer, on your tablet or your phone, should be able to be seen by anyone. The topic for the series that I'm going to present for as many weeks as I'm allowed to present it is the unity that the Bible speaks of. Everyone can hear me, right? Before I go on?
Yes, please.
We're good?
Yes, please.
Okay. So the unity that the Bible speaks of. And so there are a lot of people in the world who believe in Jesus, or at least say they believe in Jesus. And I when I talk to people, they say, well, what's the most important thing that you can do? Well, you believe in Jesus. That was just a paraphrase of John 14:6. But Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And so people say, well, as long as I believe in Jesus, it doesn't matter what church I go to. As long as the church professes to be a church, Bible believing, Jesus believing church, then that's okay. We recognize we can't be a Muslim, or we can't be a Hindu, or we can't be a Buddhist, those who believe in Jesus. from the Bible itself. I'm not one usually to tell lots of stories or other things. I typically believe the word of mouth, and I like reading a lot of verses. Should have sent out